Hello, we're back. Sorry about that. We lost our connection, and I apologize. The sun is just like, so extra bright today. So just give me a moment to get my eyes adjusted as we get started here. But thanks again. Sorry about the glitch, and thank you for joining me live. Thank you for coming back. I appreciate that so much, and I appreciate all of you. Whether you're able to tune in at 11 or whether you're able to find it in the archives, whether on the news feed on my Facebook page or over on YouTube and VidMe. It's so awesome to join you guys in this way and be here in the mornings. So let's get right into it. I want to start off with a card reading of the day, and then we'll go from there. Talk about some of the different events going on, as well as some exciting news I would like to share with all of you. But first, let's tune in and see what the card of the day is that's representing the energies of the collective for our highest and best good. Yes, always our highest and best good. Our highest and best good is always unfolding, and we are moving from our good to our greater good, and our glory to our greater glory always. And it's very important to know that. Also important to know that you are worthy, deserving, totally lovable, and that you matter. And that so does everybody else. Alright. Ta-da! Let's see. Goddess of Fire. Ooh, I love it. Gosh, I feel like I was talking to someone yesterday about fire. It came up, I was sharing a little bit of the story of the house fire we had, and that was back in 2013. We're coming up on the 4-year anniversary on June 8th, where our house was destroyed over in the southwest part of town. And I oftentimes hear people talk about different house fires they've had or different disasters they've had, and everybody responds to them differently. And in this process, I really felt like my sister, my mom, and we all really used this to our advantage, turning the situation into a positive in the sense that we got to, in essence, start over again. And yes, even though we lost all of our stuff and we lost family keepsakes and stuff that had sentimental value, but you just realize that you carry around these experiences in your heart, and that even though it might be nice to have a piece of stuff, of matter that is representative of a good time or a family member, that isn't really, that's our own mental substitution and our own mental focus that's putting that energy on that object. That object doesn't really have that energy in it, if that makes sense. I'm saying this all very loosely, but I just say it in the sense that oftentimes we can get very attached to the stuff instead of really remembering that it's really about the energy, it's about the experience, it's about the relationship. It's not about the stuff or the set change, the experience, where we're doing the experience, like whether we're on a trip, a family trip, or whether we're right here in the hills, right next to our house. Wherever those moving sets of where we have these life experiences with ourselves and with each other, the set isn't so important. Not that, again, the earth isn't important, because it absolutely is. However, the experience we're having with that other person, or the experience we're having with ourselves, is the important part, and that is the part that goes with us always. Okay, so Goddess of Fire, really talking about that whole idea that fire can be very destructive. However, it can really make way for a new pathway. It can make way for us to start over again. It can literally, like the phoenix rising out of the ashes, we are reborn. There's a rebirth that can happen when we allow all the nonsense to burn away, where we can allow the doubt and the feelings of unworthiness, and especially if we're coming from some kind of religion where we might feel like we're a sinner, or we might feel a lot of shame and ugliness and like we're basically the scum of the earth. Really allowing that fucking nonsense to burn away, because that's not true. You are not the scum of the earth. You are literally born from the earth. How could you be the scum of the earth? That doesn't make any sense. Alright, Goddess of Fire. That feels complete transformation, really high energy, high passions right now for everybody. So you might see some flare-ups, some people that might not be able to handle their emotions. There might be some volcanic eruptions that might catch some people by surprise. And it is up for us to remain as neutral as possible, not taking these things personal if we happen to be around that, or even if that's coming up within us, being able to be an observer and really watch ourselves. Like, why are we responding this way? What's going on here? Really start asking ourselves questions and engaging ourselves when we find ourselves in that kind of really high energy, almost to the point where we feel like we have no control, as if we ever have control over what's going on. And so anyhow, it's important to get present. It's up to us and how we want to view these experiences, our perception. So just like we talked about earlier in the week with the garbage heap and the flower garden, it is all up to us on how we would like to see every experience that we're having in front of us. So it doesn't matter what society says it should mean, what our parents say it should mean, even what we say it should mean based on prior conditioning and understanding. It is up to us to be open to be able to change that at will, because that's how powerful we are. And because we are the ones creating our personal reality, not anyone else. So if that is happening, that means we've given our power away, and it's up to us if we choose to take it back. Goddess of Fire. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to comment in. And forgive me, I am kind of looking, I'm just keeping a little eye on Watson as I go here. He usually likes to stay in a certain kind of radius around me and not go too far, which I love, but I just still like to keep a little eye on him. All right, I'm going to take a drink of water. So yesterday's Mars event over at the Mars Collective, celebrating 420, a big cannabis day, was fantastic. It was I had the chance to meet a lot of people, and I again feel so fortunate because my products do not contain CBD or THC in them. However, they really work well with those products, and so I've been very fortunate that they've been able to see the synergy aspect and really welcome me in to the fold and allow me to be a part of these different events and to be able to meet so many different cool people. And it's just I've really enjoyed myself and had a good time, and so I just would like to put that out there and say that, because I know there's still quite a bit of judgment out there, quite a bit of misinformation and misunderstandings about the cannabis community for those that are might be afraid of it, might never tried it, or might have had some kind of bad experience in the past. And again, it's up to us to realize things change all the time. And how we might have experienced it at one point in our life might not be how we experience in another. And granted, I'm not saying that everybody should smoke weed and that that's a must. I'm not saying that one bit. I feel like it, though, is important for us to understand that there's many different ways we can engage with the earth energy. One of them is THC. You can use also essential oils. You can use mushrooms. I mean, the Bible talks about mushrooms. The manna of the earth, that's mushrooms, magic mushrooms. So again, there's just a lot of judgment and a misinformation that is keeping blinders and smoke screens in front of the masses, keeping some of these things hidden, or really not hidden like you can't find the truth, but hidden behind misinformation and judgment and all these crazy ideas that have been propagated through propaganda over the years. So again, it's so important to educate ourselves and to really use discernment, making sure we're getting this information from true, valid sources that really have the information and the research to be talking about these things, not some of these different community groups that are attacking based on misinformation and a different agenda that might not be, let's see, how do I want to say that? Well, it's an agenda that is serving the few instead of the many. Okay, so let's get into the meditation of the day. I feel like I've had my fire today. Just woo! Fire, fire, fire. Come here, Watts, say hi. Oh boy. Did you come back to get some water? Are you a happy boy? Are you my happy boy? Are you having a good time? Oh yeah. Tell everybody hi. Tell everybody hi. Yeah. All right, let's go play. So Jason, hey Jason, welcome to the show. And he says you're awesome, Jay. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. So we're going to get into right now the meditation portion, and it's the 11:11 meditation. And I know there are some new viewers. Jason, thank you for tuning in new today. When I'm out on location, I don't have a watch, so I just kind of go with when we kind of get to that part of the show. So it might not be 11:11, or it might be. So we're going to get into that part. We're going to use our imagination to connect within, to connect to the earth, ground, as well as to expand our energy from the inside out. So I'd like you to go ahead and close your eyes. Thank you for your patience with me. Okay, so close your eyes. And we're going to begin to grow roots from the base of our spine and the bottoms of our feet down into the center of Mother Earth. That is grounding our energy into the Earth's energy, consciously connecting our energy with the Earth's energy. And this is a fantastic opportunity for you to say hello and to extend your gratitude and appreciation to Mother Earth, and take a few moments to wait for a response back. All right, wonderful. I would like you now to become aware of a golden silver ball of light at the center of your heart space. This is representative of your divine spark. And I would like you to begin to grow this gold and silver ball of light. Bigger, 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 bigger. Growing it bigger past your physical bodysuit. And we're going to grow it bigger. We're going to take it out today to 33 feet. Again, that is 33 feet. Wonderful. Again, this is your ball of light. This is your energy signature. And it starts as a spark, and we're able to grow it out as large as we'd like to grow it out. And so I find this to be a very important space to be when we're in meditation. This allows us to be able to really experience the really whole idea that we are in our personal reality, which creates our personality, which is what animates our gifts and abilities, our uniqueness. Yes. And again, we're using any distractions to go deeper within, going beneath the noise. And again, we're just feeling our own energy. It is powered from an infinite source within us, shining out like a star, creating this gold and silver ball of light that we are within. And now we're going to take off in our gold and silver ball of light, leaving time and space and all physical laws of gravity and nature behind. Again, lifting off in our gold and silver ball of light, leaving the room that we're in, whether we're at home, at work, or even if we're outside. We're beginning to lift up towards the sky. And today we are going to head to our sun. Yes, our sun in the solar system. So I would like you to head faster than a flash towards the sun. And we get there in the snap of a finger, because again, we are not bound by the physical laws of nature. We're able to move about at will. And I would like you to be at a space, we're all going to gather around the sun, wherever you would like to be. And I would like you to feel that solar energy, that fire energy, literally melting away all that is not truly and really you. We're allowing that to be burned away in the sun. And allowing us to be our light self, our loving self, the part of us that is ever expansive and is full of all forms of love, and open to allowing that love to just penetrate out and flow out through us from the inside out, radiating like a star out in every direction. And we're allowing our sun, the solar system, in our solar system, to burn away all that gets in the way of us experiencing our full radiance, in this world, in our lives. And again, just feel that energy just radiating out, not only from the inside out, but feeling that light from our sun coming in. Feel that warmth, feel that energy, and feel all the nonsense and the bullshit burning away. Be here now in this present moment. There isn't anything to worry about. There isn't anything to be concerned about right here and right now. And so we're just allowing all the excess, all that gets us fired up that really might not be important in the grander scheme of life. We're just letting all that burn away. So instead of seeing dots and dots and dots, we see the whole picture of our life, allowing us to see a bigger, grander understanding of what's really going on here. Wonderful. All right, I would like you to thank your Light Align team, thank the universe, give yourself a big hug, give yourself a pat on the back. It's a great job today. Yes, it's important to do these things for ourselves, because if we do them for ourselves, then we are not looking to others to do them for us. Wonderful. All right, now I would like you to, again, in your gold and silver ball of light, heading back to the earth, wherever you are physically located, and you get there back quicker than a flash. I would like you now to begin to wiggle your fingers and toes and open up your eyes whenever you are ready. Wonderful. So that was the meditations we do for those that are tuning in new to the show. They're quick, they're fast, but you can always go back to them and play them and get into that space and be in those spaces and places if you particularly enjoy them and find a lot of value. Then you can be in that space as long as you want by going back to the archive and playing it, getting yourself in that space, and then you can hang out there as long as it's comfortable for you. But however, for the show, we keep things moving, so it is just a matter of really getting into that space, understanding that we can take ourselves to that space very quickly, very easily when we put our focus and energy and attention to it. And I really feel like it's important to feel what it feels like to feel these inner spaces, and really remember that it's about feeling the inside and allowing that to shine out to the world. Because when we try to go and change the outer world first, it's like trying to change our reflection in the mirror. It doesn't work. So that's why we oftentimes get really frustrated with ourselves. When things don't work the way we want them to, and we've tried so hard to make them happen. All right. So this is the point of the show where we're going to go ahead and open it up. If anybody would like me to pull a card for them, this would be the time to comment in. Just let me know if you have a question, or if you just want a little mini energy reading. You can comment in now, and while I'm leaving some time for that to happen, I just want to let you know about a couple of upcoming events. One is at the Enchanted Cottage this Saturday. I will be teaching a class here in Bakersfield that is marrying my aromatherapy blends, where we will be using them with energy tips and tricks to ground, to connect, to expand our energy, to balance and unify our energy. Some will be similar to the show, some will be new, and some will be expanded from what we necessarily have time to do during this format. So I would love to see you there. Plus you'd have an opportunity to smell the goodness with me, and I always love that. So Jason is requesting a card, and so I'm just going to take the Goddess of Fire card out. That is the card reading of the day, and let's see what comes through for you, my friend. Tuning into Jason. And I knock on the deck to bring it current, to bring it into this now moment, so that way we're pulling it for bringing the deck present, so that way we're not pulling from another energy, a prior reading's energy we're pulling from this present moment. Discernment. Oh, I love it. So discernment. Okay, Jason, so I feel like I see a lot of information and a lot coming your way, so to speak. And I feel like you're a bit overwhelmed from all that's going on. And discernment is the key to kind of take the stress out of being able to process all the information that we all get at any given moment, you know, especially if we're watching the news, we're watching TV, we're on the internet, we're on Facebook, Instagram, and all the other social media sites. There's so much information every single day, just, it's everywhere. And then not to mention the Wi-Fi and the satellite frequency, you know, there's a lot that we're sifting through that we don't even realize. And so it can get crazy. So first off, give yourself a break. We live in a world that likes to burn us out. And so the important thing about discernment is learning how to run this information through our internal guidance system, run this information through our heart space, through our knowingness, our infinite awareness within. So that way, that can be doing the work for us, deciding, is this true, is this not true, is this for me, is it not for me? Really allowing that to process all that information, so it's not having to be, you okay, what? What's going on? I think he might have some of those little foxtails getting him a little bit overwhelmed, so sorry about that. So with discernment, one thing I find that will be really helpful for you is just like in what we did during the meditation to ground, to grow roots, really remembering our connection to the earth, allowing that connection to ground us out, just like electricity gets grounded out, like if we get hit by a lightning strike and our house is able to ground it out into the ground. It's the same kind of thing. There's so much energy that is expanding within us that sometimes we can fry us out a little bit, especially when we're getting distracted by the outer world. And so grounding us helps bring us back into our center. It reminds us of our connection to the earth. It also brings us back in that electrical current of the matrix in a way that's healthy, in a way that's allowing that energy to move and not get caught up within our field. And then from there, again, opening up your... Hang on one second. What's going on? What's going on? He's okay? So I just wanted to make sure he was okay. So, I don't know what is going on with him. All right, sorry, I don't mean to be distracted, but Watson is having some issues and I want to make sure he's okay. Okay, so from there, grounding, and then also expanding your light. That really, again, pulls us back into that knowingness that we are the one that's creating our own reality, and that it is coming from the inside out, powered by our center. Like it's an interdimensional space within our heart space that our divine energy portals out into this reality. And the more we are clear and open to allow that energy to move freely, the more it likes to do that thing. It moves freely, and it how do I want to say this? It can feel powerful when we're first getting used to this energy moving in that other direction, because when we give our power away, it starts to feel like it's coming at us instead of coming from us. And so takes a little getting used to get used to that change, that shift. But once you do, it's a very powerful experience, because you realize you're not necessarily having to juggle all of the different things that you're juggling right now. And it just becomes more of an integrated process within that allows you to make it more easy for yourself to discern all that's coming your way, and to be able to say, nope, not interested in that, yes, I'm interested in that, and to be able to do that in a more clear space. So that feels complete. If you have any questions about that, Jason, just let me know. And again, I apologize for the distractions. But I feel like that message still came through. All right, so that feels complete. If anybody else would like a card reading of the day, just let me know. Otherwise, we're going to finish up the show. Let's see if I can turn here for another angle. Just so you can see these beautiful hills. They are no longer green, but we got a nice, beautiful blue sky today. So far, no chemtrails, so I'm very excited about that. I definitely relish and treasure the days when we have clear blue skies here in Bakersfield. It's not always that often. All right, everybody. That feels complete for today. Thank you again for all those that tuned in new today live, as well as all those joining us in the archive. Today's the last show of the week, but we will be back on Monday at 11. And so until then, I'm surrounding everybody with a big, huge, giant hug of love. Before I finish up, Jason says, you hit a lot of key points, and wow, that was very parallel with my energy. Thank you. You're welcome, and I trust I trust and I'm glad that resonated with you. And I really feel like you're getting somewhere with it. So just keep going with the process you're in. Take judgment out of it. Allow yourself to keep seeing the bigger picture, and that's going to really free that flow to happen within you, and for you to get a new level of comfort and understanding with your own internal guidance system within. All right, and if you want to go deeper and have any other more detailed questions, I'm available for private session as well. All right, thank you again. I love all of you. Have a fabulous weekend, and if you can, get outside in nature. Feel the sun rays pouring down, feel the fresh air all around, hear the birds, talk to the plants, hug a tree, whatever you like to do to connect with nature. It's all really good stuff, and all very powerful, all very powerfully healing for us as well. All right, lots of love to all of you. We'll see you next week at 11 a.m. We're signing out for the day. Bye-bye, everybody.